just watched the video from the Art of Law channel. I appreciate the video and everything. I didn't quite like the title or the where it said something like, didn't it say? It said, "What is she hiding?" I didn't like that. But anyway, that aside, it was helpful to hear a description, a legal description of what privilege is and waiving it. I sort of understood it to a degree, but the bit that I found most difficult, I'm not criticizing the gentleman who did it at all. I'm grateful for him for making the video, but it's this whole system is just, it's awful, isn't it? And this these three limbs of the test or whatever, or the main limb and the two that go off, the one that, why didn't you bring these arguments if they were available before, i.e. is it new? And then it's the so if your representation just doesn't do it because they're not either good enough to do it, or they haven't got the money to do it, or you haven't got the money to do it, or the system doesn't allow you the money to do it, then you're stuffed forever then. The system is utterly, it's rotten, isn't it? How does it make any sense? Has it got any, I read through all the comments, pretty much all of them. And so many people saying, well, this got nothing to do with justice then, is it? Got nothing to do with the truth. Nothing, it doesn't care about, the system doesn't care about the truth. As long as it worked within their system. As long as they did I don't even know how to describe it. It's hideous. It's just hideous. I'm lost for words to describe it. It can't be right. It cannot be right. I know they're saying, oh, this is the way we do it and that's the way it's done, but it can't be right. It can't be right. They've got to change it, haven't they? It can't be this rigid and restricted. And year on year, innocent people keep coming up against these restrictions, bizarre restrictions. Well, are they bizarre? Maybe they're not bizarre, but what they are is to protect the system, to stop showing it, is to limit how many times the system's shown up for getting things wrong, for putting innocent people in prison. So it's not bizarre, it's with a purpose, isn't it? In other words, once that system has quote unquote found you guilty, that system doesn't want to hear anything about that being wrong as few times as possible, because it's all about protecting itself. Oh, I hate it. I just hate it. I haven't got the legal language to argue against it in that way, but on a common sense level, and this idea that Lucy Letby's hiding something, and I don't get any of that. I don't get that. She's kind of at the mercy of that system, and she's been in prison for 2 years, and she's been wrecked by it. And then she's got to be the one that, it was something that she did wrong with regard to the advice she gave, the instruction she gave to her legal team. Is that right? Can that be right? Does that make any sense? Blame her? Are we going to blame her for that? Are we? The guy in the video says, well, maybe was Shuley, was he contacted? No, he wasn't. We know that already because he says later on, he only finds out later. The case wasn't that big in Canada, he says, in terms of the news about it. It's only later that he's contacted, isn't it, for the application for leave to appeal, and then he gives the presentation. If he would have known in what way his paper had been misused before, perhaps he would have acted. And then we come to the financial aspects of it. What if there's just a limited amount of money? Are they kind of saying now that, oh, well, you should have convened the You should have found a way to convene the 14 world experts under Shuley while that trial was going on, and you should have found a way to get them to all work for nothing. So you could, is that what they're saying? Because if you can do it now, you should have been able to do it then. That's so perverse. Is that what they're saying? Effectively. In other words, you're doing it now, and you've got proper people arguing the case that there were no crimes, and that should have been put before the jury. So if you have the ability to do it now, you should have always had that ability to do it. And because you didn't do it then, and not Lucy Letby not doing it then, her legal representation not ensuring that that happened then, means that it can never happen. And it doesn't matter how much of a basket case the prosecution's case obviously is now, and obviously was then, really, but obviously is now, demonstrably is now, through these other experts becoming involved on the medical side. You know, there's all the other arguments as well, the logical aspect of it. But because they didn't, I just know we know it's wrong. That there's something, well, it's evil. This system is absolutely evil. If that's what it's trying to argue, and they go, oh, well, that's the rules, you see. Oh, well, you should have done it somehow. You should have got Shuley and all these other experts to work pro bono and come together. But they didn't know. They didn't realize it then. All those people weren't aware of it. They weren't following it. Oh, well, Myers should have found a route to getting them all together. Is that what they're saying? Is that what we're stuck with? What kind of monster is that? That's like dealing with an absolute psychopath. That's a psychopathic system. And they could even say, well, yeah, well, you could well be innocent, but you didn't have the right defense at the right time. Had you have used that defense, yeah, well, we grant you that it might have made a difference, but so you satisfy that leg of the Court of Appeal test, but you don't satisfy the main element of it, because he talks about the two bits that go off in the Art of Law video. I'm pissed off with it. Just as a lay person, I don't need to have a degree in law. That would make it worse. I'd feel worse about it. Just as a common sense person, surely all of us, on a common sense level, or not even common sense, on a moral level, it's obviously wrong that a system would deny someone and say, well, you should have got all these people together before. So you can actually show to the world that it was all wrong, but you can't get through that system ever again because it wasn't done at a certain stage in time. You didn't do it then. And maybe you didn't do it then because you didn't have an endless pot of money like the prosecution had. Or for whatever reason. I don't care what the reason is. I don't care whether it was Myers' fault or they didn't have enough money. It's the reality of what has been put out into the open now since the convictions. That should be all that matters, that the Court of Appeal look at and say, well, it's obviously an injustice. That should trump everything, shouldn't it? We don't have to be lawyers to recognise that. You don't have to have studied law to recognise the obvious moral imperative that should happen. I don't care about any legalese or legal terms. There's no legal. A psychopathic system set up could say, well, no, well, it's still not possible. Oh, it's still not possible because of our definitions of what is quote unquote new evidence. That's a man-made system. They can unmake it and they can change it, and they need to do it. Someone needs to kick these bastards up the arse and tell them you're not doing it like this anymore. Look how many times it's cause people to be in prison for so long where they haven't done anything, and they're not learning anything from it. What did David Davis say? Oh, it's judicially expedient or convenient. He said judicially convenient for the system, but it's got nothing to do with justice. How can that be allowed to perpetuate and that system go, well, yeah, I don't care. That's just what we do. That's how we roll. That's how we roll. We'll just carry on doing it. And we'll do it again and again and again. And it's just fine. It's the best in the world, by the way. That's the best system in the world, yeah. For fuck's sake. Anyway, I've had enough. We've all had enough of this crap. And the con of it is that it makes you think that the con of this whole establishment, it makes you think well, if you're not a trained legal mind, who are you to speak about it even? Because you're not, are you a lawyer? Are you a barrister? Are you a consultant? It's all appeal to authority, isn't it? And it should be about what the ordinary person can clearly see is the case, that this is utterly corrupt and wrong. And well, is it corrupt? It's rigid to the point of, yes, that is a form of corruption. If it allows injustice to not be put right. Of course it's got to be. It's got to be that. And they don't give a fuck about it. Sorry for swearing. It's madness. I can't bear it. Sick of it. Somebody needs to just. It's got to be reworked. The whole thing has got to start again. Oh, it's horrible. Anyway, I'm gonna have a cup of tea. Cheerio. Have a nice day. Bye.